Hey, welcome to Kitty Goes Down the Rabbit Hole, where I talk about all the random things that I come across in my travels on the interwebs. And today we are going to talk about Kim Namjoon, Kim Seokjin, Min Yoongi, Jun Ho Seok, Park Jimin, Kim Taehyung, Jung Jungkook, BTS! Yeah! Just to give you a little bit of an idea of how excited I am about this group and how much I love them, I have taken November 20th off. Now, if you clicked on this video, you probably already know who BTS is, but just in case you are not fully on the BTS train, let me gently but firmly, full force push you onto this train, okay? Let's get into it. BTS is a 7-member K-pop boy group consisting of the amazing members of RM, Jin, SUGA, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook. And I love them. End of video. I'm just kidding. Of course, this wouldn't be a K-pop video by me without pure chaos. So before we continue, I would like to extend a hearty get well soon to Min Yoongi, aka SUGA, as he recovers from his shoulder surgery. I'm glad that the surgery went well, and I just really hope that you are resting. Rest, rest, rest. That's the best thing. So rest well and get well soon, and we will definitely be waiting on the other side. So love you and hope you feel better. Now, if you've seen my previous video, how I got into K-pop, which will be linked somewhere in the periphery of this video or down below, you'll know that BTS is the first group that I came across when I started looking into it. So I started looking into K-pop at the beginning of lockdown, and with everything in the world being so scary, so uncertain, and everything seeming to be going wrong. I mean, like, the 2020 memes are fire, but it's just so scary when you really start to think about, you know, what's really going on. And, like, most of us haven't actually lived through anything like this or anything even similar. So it's been very scary, and BTS got me through a lot of those early days of lockdown, and they will always have a special place in my heart for that, and I appreciate them so much, and they are hilarious, and I just can't, like, there will always be my alt group. Always. So Boy With Love being my first song, that sucked me right into the K-pop rabbit hole, but I went through a whole month-long binge of just BTS content. And I swear, there are cameras on them even when they're sleeping. These men do not get a break. They are constantly on camera. Even their vacations are on camera. So while I like the content, I'm a little bit conflicted about it because I obviously don't want them to overwork themselves, but I love watching the content. Boy With Love, starting off with a completely 100% illegal Kim Taehyung tongue flick with his teal hair. Kim Taehyung, keep your Kim Tae tongue in your mouth, sir. The bar for my lame jokes keeps getting lower and lower and lower. And then Jimin comes in with the voice. Not expecting. I wasn't expecting that, and loved it. So loved him, and then I go into, it just keeps going. It keeps going. V starts singing. I love V's voice. Jin, and then my bias switched. Every single time someone had a part, they were my bias. And it was a thing. And then, then all the binging started. And I can't even tell you how much fun watching BTS content as a new fan is. I went from watching their music videos, watching like fan edits, and it's all based on like how YouTube recommended things to me. So it's like I went from like their music videos to fan edits to watching the actual shows and interviews that the fan edits were from because I wanted to see the original content. Then I started watching other people reacting to BTS. And that was like the weirdest like anomaly that I have ever dealt with, was that I wanted to see how other people were reacting to them. To me, that's a little strange, but I did it. I binged all of that. I cut into like the BTS texts, like people putting in like the fake BTS texting. Yeah. That gets into ships, and there's a lot of shipping going on in those. I'm not really like the super like shippy type. I don't like to ship real people. But if Namjoon was like a real thing, I probably wouldn't cry about it. I wouldn't be upset, you know? I should just put together an entire compilation of me going, you know? Now BTS was my gateway. And I find it so fun to watch new people come into, you know, this world and go down the same rabbit hole that I went through, and seeing their reactions. You know, obviously when you first get into it, you're watching their more current stuff and more recent, and then you go back to like No More Dream because you want to start listening to their entire discography. And the journey from Boy With Love to No More Dream is that was a journey and a half. I am so, like, as a fan, so proud of them. They have come so far, and they have transformed so much, and they have evolved, and I just love them. But when it comes to my favorite eras, it is very difficult for me to pick a favorite. I love their entire discography, and that's pretty rare for me. Even with like my top tier like favorite artists, there's usually at least one or two songs that are not my cup of tea. But with BTS, I don't have that problem. I like them all. And even songs that are like lower on my favorites list, or I don't listen to on repeat, I still love the songs. I'll give you my top 3. How about that? I would say my top favorites, this is based on the songs that I listen to most on repeat. I would say Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Fake Love, and Idol. Those 3 eras. Chef's Kiss. There is something about Idol when that song comes on and they're just complete unabashed. They're just belting out "You Can't Stop Me Loving Myself." That song is a hype song. I get so hyped up when I listen to that song. I'll go out for a walk, I'll go out for a run, Idol comes on, and it just makes the whole thing better. I absolutely adore that song. Now, do I have a bias? Yes. Do I have a bias wrecker? Also yes. My bias is the one and only SUGA. AGUST D. YOONGI. Love him, okay? And there's one reason why he is my bias. And no, it has nothing to do with the fact that people call him Little Meow Meow. It has nothing to do with that. I mean, it probably would have had something to do with that had it not been for the song The Last. And I know this isn't his song as BTS. This is his song as AGUST D. But I love that song. The Last just hits me on such a personal level. And hearing his story, when people put out like their introductions to BTS and they talk about how he's like an introvert and he has like social anxiety and depression and all of these things that he battles with, and just being able to like come out and talk about those things and to be so open about them. And yes. So he is my bias. But everybody else is my bias wrecker. How about that? I know that's probably cheating, but I really, 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 I love everyone in the group. And it's just so difficult to find like one bias wrecker. Well, I think that's it for this video. I could literally talk about BTS for hours and hours and hours. This video is probably already long enough, and editing me is probably not very pleased with me right now. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, we all make sacrifices. I hope you all have an awesome rest of your day and you are staying safe. If you like my content, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Love you guys. Bye!